we've made it out again. I don't know if my microphone's working. I'll have to check again in a minute maybe. But yeah, we're doing it again. Hopefully this time, I mean it seems a little bit windy, you can probably pick it up. This time I've got the app so I can get my drone up. Got a little bit more, for my sins, I've got like a selfie stick and a telescopic one, so I can give you more of the scenery, less of me. So that's a bit of a bonus to you, really, isn't it? But anyway, a secret one again this time. So I'm just gonna crack on and give you some beautiful footage with a bit of luck anyway, and hopefully get my drone up. It's a bit windy though, and I say a bit windy, I mean I might be able to get it up. It's a bit on the gusty side at some points, but sun's out, so who cares? Sun's out, I've got my backpack on, I've got my tent. Oh well, that was short. I'm only joking, it's in my bag. 18 kilos on the nose this time, but I don't think we need a water source, so I'm not going to be able to filter. I've got a full litre bottle of water, 600 ml of water in a smart water bottle, correct me if I'm wrong. And then of course I've got the ciders, no, I've got them really as well. So yeah, my trek back should be much easier. Going out, it's all uphill at the minute. Coming back's going to be easier. I'll catch up with you in a minute. But look at this. Yep. That's why we do it, isn't it? Made it a bit further up. It's not as windy up here, so just in case the audio isn't so good, I'll do a bit of recording here. Change of scenery, little change of scenery. There she is, look. But so far so good, beautiful day. It's not cold. It was a bit chilly when we set off, but advice that we're always given and don't usually listen to is set off cold, and I'm certainly glad that I did. Advice by the Geordie Wild Camper. Should get over there and check out a few of his videos. He's got a decent back catalogue. He's a nice bloke. If you ever come across his path and you manage to have a bit of conversation with him, he's genuinely a nice bloke. I've bought a couple of things off him. Lanchan 1 and the Army Gore-Tex bivvy bag, which I've got with me stuffed in the bottom of the bag. I'm hoping that if it does drop down a bit cooler, then I'll sit in there inside my grab a scent and keep it a little bit warmer. If there's any condensation on the inside of the tent, it'll keep that off the down bag as well. So, but no, he's a genuinely nice bloke. I found myself chatting to him for probably a little bit longer than he wanted to, outstayed my welcome, but that's just me, isn't it? But anyway, back to the subject in hand. The scenery is beautiful, and I think we're going to have a little, because it's been, you can't see on that, but it's been a slog up here. It's not steep, it's just relentless, it's just a steady incline, but fairly relentless all the same. No, so now, hopefully, because the wind's died down, I'm not so sure what it's going to be like above the tree line there, but where I'm at, where I'm standing, the wind's died down and I might be able to get the drone out for you. Any luck, have ourselves 5 minutes. There's no rush, we're here early for a change. So there's no particular rush to get to set the tent up, but so I think we might have ourselves a couple of minutes to set the drone up and show you some of the beautiful views we've got. Well, we came out of the woods. I've already recorded this is take 2 because there was interference on the last one. I'm hoping there's not interference on this one now. But yeah, we came out of the woods and the wind's picked up, so I think the drone footage is going to be a bit minimal. He's a little sheepy. He's just going to run for it. But yeah, we came out of the woods and the air dropped, it got windy, the temperature dropped and it got windy. The terrain got tough, so I had to stop anyway, just because I don't want to break my ankle. But I'm kind of glad that we did get a bit of interference, because I've just came over the brow and got to this. Now it is, like I say, very breezy, so I don't know if we're gonna, there's a kind of few sheep down there as well, so, but oh, it's beautiful. I say it's about 13 degrees, so it's a little bit chilly, but wow. I'm going to see about setting up out the wind and see if I can find my good lady. She's disappeared now, maybe she's gone round the other way. She's going to meet me down the bottom, pick me up when I fall. If you've not already seen it, I did mention in the last one that this is the retake from. We're on the freeze-dried meal, so if I wake up in hives there might not be any more footage, but yeah, we'll see. I might survive, I might not, but if there's no more footage then it's another blessing for you, isn't it? And I'll have a scout round and see if I can find somewhere out the wind. That is, if you can hear this. That might be a bit better for you. Home for the night. Let's see if should do it. Let me take you up the top. Oh, because that was useless, wasn't it? Out of the wind. That should do us for the night, shouldn't it? That should keep us happy, keep us warm, and keep the, if the wind does keep up then it's going to keep the condensation off the inside of the tent. But wow, let me just spin you around. This This is why we do it. I say it every time, but I love it. Yes, it's chilly, yes, it's windy, but oh my god, I feel so much better for it. It's so nice to be out. Anyway, time to pitch that tent. Oh, we're not going to see the sunrise unless we get up and sit at the top there. Definitely not at the tent. I think I'd rather be out the window. It is a bit breezy. The weather's definitely changing. I seen the geese flying south the other day, so that's a sure sign of the weather changing. Looks a bit moody from the old camera. I don't think it's as moody as it looks on there. Anyway, tent time, maybe a bit of tea. So we've got pitched. As you can see, the layers are going on. Temperature's dropping. It's 12 degrees, around 12. Scenery is still beautiful. Moody, only a little bit, but we've got an amazing pitch. It's just out of the wind. I mean, you wouldn't even know we're here. It's a beautiful place. So we're just going to have a quick brew and I warm up a little bit, and then I'm going to get the jet boil out, boil up some water, chuck it in the chili. I think we've got chili today, dehydrated chili, and then we'll sit and maybe watch the sun go down. Yeah, it's just going to go down over there. We're just tucked in, as you can see, that you can't actually see it as high as I can get you, but even up there you cannot see us. So it's a nice little pitch. Sunset in that direction, sunrise in that direction. So I mean, we're going to have to get up, get out of the tent and wake up and watch the sunrise, but that's no biggie. We'll set an alarm so we can sit and maybe have a cup of coffee and watch the sunrise. But again, it's just amazing. I'll spin you around actually, and I'm going to show you the pitch. So this is what you've just been looking at. That was what was behind me. This is coming up to where the pitch, and right there it is. You can just start. So it's a properly secluded pitch. Oh, look at that. It's not far either. This is, in fact, it's kind of quite a regular haunt for me. Obviously not walking or hiking, travelling. It's not a million miles. We're not massively far from the road, and it just goes to show that you've only got to walk half an hour or so to just be in the beautiful countryside. Anyway, time for a coffee. Warm up. Probably put up a couple more layers on. I don't think it's going to be too cold tonight. About 8 degrees. It's not going to snow. It's not going to. We're not going to die. My verdict on chilling is it's alright. It's a bit spicy, a little bit flavourless. Could do a bit more flavour and more meat, to be fair. And it's a bit gritty. It's not as nice as my sweet and sour chicken, but it's much easier and much cleaner and easier to clean up and tidy up. And don't forget your long-handled sport, otherwise when you're digging down you're going to get a dirty hand. But I'd have it again, and I think that's the verdict. I'd have it again, but I'd probably try something different, definitely. The measurement, I could do with a bit of a easy way to measure it rather than measurements on the outside. But no, it's alright, I'll have it again. And 600 calories as well. So again, we're not going to die. So it's alright. That's my verdict, it's alright. So, we've had a tea. It was alright, as I've just said. We're about settled down now. I've got a few ciders to drink. The usual suspects, we've got Ravicent 500. I've got my Theta Summit Ethelite XT. Yeah, Ethelite XT. She's got a Thermarest Neo Air Xtherm, which she seems to love at the minute. I've not got a checker chair because, like I say, it failed in the last one. We're waiting to send that back and get that fixed and whatever they're going to do. It's a little bit breezy. I don't know if you can hear me. A little bit breezy. Died down. There's a little tiny bit of sunset. If it picks up, I'll get you a picture and I'll put it on just now. But yeah, so far successful. It's been a nice little camp. It's colder. I'll put the inside and the outside temperatures up of around now. What time are we looking at now? 7:25, so sunset's happening. But yeah, so far so good. Like I say, laid up. Still, like, so I've got my, it's like a rugby top. Then I've got my Decathlon like hiking top, and then Peter Storm. But yeah, if I get any colder, I'll just get inside my sleeping bag and chill. But yeah, so far so good. I've got my new, it's like almost like a selfie stick. It's got a tripod on the bottom, so you can extend it, open the legs up, and to be honest with you, that's exactly what we're going to be watching Netflix on, because it's been a godsend, and so far I'm more than happy with it. And it's got a little button as well, so that means if I really wanted to, I can cut you off just by the flick of a switch. But no, anyway, yeah, it's been nice. Sunset's happening and I'm going to see what's happening. A bit chilly, nothing too bad. Tea was alright, and that's pretty much the rundown at the minute. That's what's happened. But yeah, nice pitch. If nothing happens, then I'll probably see you in the morrow. Well, good morning. We missed the sunrise. I don't think it was much anyway. I was awake. And it did. I'm not going to say it rained. It was maybe a little bit of drizzle. But other than that, I mean, it was a bit windy. I'm not quite sure what the temperature was either. I'll probably put it up just now. But another successful one, really. So I woke up quite a few times because I feel like my pad has definitely gone down a bit. I'd woke up a few times, tossing and turning with achy shoulders. But I wasn't cold. There's no condensation. So there's another successful camp under the belt, really. I did use the hot hands last night though. So it wasn't as warm as the last one. And I did put my thermals on, so yeah. But I'm awake now. Time for a cup of coffee. I've got something else for you. Something new. Something I didn't bring the last time, actually. I might break that out and show you that. Oh, my Sea to Summit collapsible mug, the one that Paul Mesner uses every time he goes out. Um, I opened it up yesterday to use it, and there was a big rip across one of the creases, so that's unusable now. So I'm gonna have to use my good lady's titanium mug, but yeah, I've got something new to break out to treat you to. I have tried it once, so I know it works. It's just weird. Doesn't feel right. You'll see why. You'll see why in a minute. That's if I get it out. Kinda got to now, haven't I? Oh well. So anyway, yeah, successful one. A little bit breezy, no condensation, um, a little bit of fine drizzle. Yeah, it was a nice one. Another good one. Not as definitely nowhere near as hot as last fortnight. I'm gonna get up now and make coffee. So what I've got is I've got a coffee pod machine at home for my sins, and so I've brought a pod with me because it makes an amazing cup of coffee. So what I'm going to do is this has been boiled up on the, I didn't touch it actually, on the Trangia just here. So I'm going to just paste the top of the lid, peel it back, and put the coffee straight into my cup. Don't worry, I will pick that up. So just the coffee from the coffee pod straight into my mug. I know this sounds rank already, right? But you've heard of, you probably might not have done cowboy coffee. It's where the cowboys put coffee in the mug like that, stir it up and just drink it. Well, it's a very similar idea. And in my search for sugar nut yesterday, I did realise that the spoon for your medicine is 5 ml, which everybody knows, but I realised yesterday that that is a teaspoon, which is perfect. Lightweight, easy to pack. I know it's yet another spoon, but nah. And then the thing that I was telling you about earlier is it's a Jogo straw. So you just put it in, stir it all up, leave it for a couple of minutes to brew, and then, although it does feel like the strangest thing ever. Oh, really, really good coffee. Now that is the first time that I've done it with a coffee pod out in the sticks. In fact, I've only used it a couple of times, but yeah. And these pods that I've got here, they're not Starbucks or anything like that. It's just the cheapos from Aldi, and I do really enjoy that coffee. But oh yes, and I like my coffee black anyway because lactose intolerant, so I've kind of got used to it. And to be honest with you, I think I'm beginning to prefer it now. So I'm going to take this coffee. I'm going to sit next to my good lady. I'm going to enjoy the view. I'm going to drink it, and I've got another thing to show you actually, and I'll show you that. I've just said you have to excuse the footage at the minute because I'm using this selfie stick, so to speak. So last night, let me spin you around. So last night we were lay here, and there it is. Look, so it's got its own little self-contained tripod that pops out when you pull this up, and that extends. And we were lay here watching Netflix like there, and it was perfect because you can angle this little, like angle it up and down, so it points down at you, so you can see the TV. And then if you keep going up, we had the little speaker that I told you about on the last camp. So we've got a better sound quality. And then, like I say, this is the little clicker to start and stop the videos or take pictures. But I think well, I know I'm properly impressed with it. I'm more than happy with it. It's worth the money so far. It's like 15 quid, I think it was. Yeah, well happy with it. Very, very pleasant. Been a very pleasant watch last night. But no, I'm not doing any reviews on it or anything like that. It's just it's PNITRI, so nitri, maybe nitri. But I'm not reviewing it. I don't do reviews at the minute. I've not anybody reach out to me yet. Hilleberg, if you fancy reaching out. Hilleberg, if you fancy it. Could do with a nice new tent. Nah, I'm only joking. But no, if you fancy asking, then I'll be more than happy to try out a decent new tent. I'm in the Wild Country Helm 3 at the minute. Still got the same one. Like I say, I've got the Lanshan one um, from the Geordie Wild Camper. This is all right. I mean, it's pretty much a four season. It's just too big. Like for two people, it keeps the heat in, but for solo, I think it's a little bit too big. So I've got the Lanshan one. Just need to get out and use it. I've not had a chance to get out and use it yet. I've been so busy, like I said in the last video. But yeah, anyway, I'm on tangent again. But yeah, this is I'm calling it a selfie stick. I'm not even ashamed anymore. It's been amazing. Yeah. On that note, I think I'm going to get sorted and get another coffee maybe and take the... Oh, by the way, that coffee was amazing. Yeah, it was. You might have seen the joy on my face when I first sipped that. But you don't get any like grit through the mesh at the bottom. It's just pure joy. It was delicious. Yeah. On that note, I'm going to get another one, and I'll speak to you in a minute. We've had coffee. We've had some breakfast. We've been for a little scout down the bottom and back to see if there's another way out. So we're going to try it out anyway. It just means we might have to walk down the road a bit further. Regardless, we've had a breakfast, we've had a coffee. We're just going to quickly drop the tent down. And then obviously we're going to leave no trace and make tracks. Yeah, so we're going to get off now. And I'll see you a bit further down. A tip that I've always done, that Rob from Robology is back off his Scotland trip now, is when you pull your guy lines out, just mine's long enough to half, and then half again, and then just really loosely just tie it. I mean, I know it takes a little bit longer, but trust me, when it comes to taking this out of the bag and setting up the next time, it's not going to be tangled up with the next one and the next one and the next one. You're not going to have one big knot when it's like, if you're out and it's chucking down with rain. It just saves all the hassle. You can pop your tent up, get sorted, and then when it stops raining, pull your guy lines out. But yeah, good tip, like I say, that Rob touched on his last video. And yeah, it is a good one. It's a bit of a lifesaver sometimes, or it can be. We're just setting off now. I'll spin you round and show you where we're going to go. In fact, I've got to backtrack, so I've got to go back over there and down that track, and we're heading down there. So now, obviously if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, maybe even treat yourself to a little subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. If anything exciting happens on the way down, I might bring you back, but otherwise I might stick you some drone footage in around here just to see me out, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care guys, don't forget, leave no trace, have fun and enjoy yourselves. That's the main thing for yourself. Take care. said in one of my previous clips that we wanted to come back a different way and do a circular for a bit of different scenery. So we've done that, and oh my god, there'll be a clip that I've just put in, or that you're going to see in a minute, that we're coming down the side of a fence, and I'm holding on to the fence, and it's hard going, bracken everywhere, brambles, and it just gets harder and harder, and then we get to like a bit that we can't cross, and we have to go further into the field and across a load of felled trees. So we've struggled through there, and then eventually came to like a track where they've been farming the trees and they've had to get the tracks in. Let's look at this. A little gem, isn't it? So they've had to get the tracks in to bring the logs back, and it's turned into something a bit easier, and then it starts going uphill, so it gets harder again, and then literally we're now on the path that leads to the one that we came up in the first place. So we could have probably saved ourselves a good half an hour hiking across uneven, barren, flipping landscape. It's just like they've felled the trees and they've just left it, but the roots are just showing. They've been anyway. Enough of that. Enough of my chitter chatter. So we're almost back to the main slug down to the road to get back now. So again, unless something drastic happens, take care, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like and subscribe and all the usual. And I'll see you in the next one.